What's going on, you guys? I'm as always Mr. Graham Phone 2. Welcome everybody again to my channel. I'm gonna give you guys. I said that I was gonna give you guys some other videos, probably today. But I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys two more right now since I'm here. Anyway, this is gonna be my review for the final season of Ash vs. Evil Dead. Now, before I even begin this freaking review, first of all, when I found out that this was the last season, it pissed me off to a point where, you know, it's. I wish they could have. I wish I could have made more seasons for this. This season was really good. I enjoyed every minute of it. From the very beginning to the ending. I'm not gonna talk about episode by episode. I'm gonna go through the whole season as a whole. I'm gonna give you guys probably soon. I'll give you guys my review for the other two seasons later down the road, but we'll talk about that in another video. But right now, I'm gonna give you guys my review for season 3, the final season of Ash vs. Evil Dead. So, let's begin with what we know already. Of course, you know, towards the end of the last season, Ruby dies, or so we think. There is apparently an alternate version of Ruby that shows up during this. By the way, there will be spoilers, so I'm gonna. I just want to let y'all know that I forgot to mention that. Shit, I apologize. But yeah. So, of course, you know, somebody else finds the Necronomicon. Somebody else finds it. And, of course, you know, we're back to the whole situation with the Ruby and all that again and all that. And during this whole season, you come to find out that Ash has a daughter. That was shocking to me. When I found out that Ash had a daughter, I didn't know that he had a daughter, but apparently he did. Her name is Brandy Williams, and okay, so we're gonna get into some stuff that goes down the line here during this whole thing during this season. So as we go down the line here, of course, you know, in a previous season, Pablo gets possessed by the Necronomicon, and they try to get rid of it. They're trying to get rid of it still. And then an individual by the name of Brock comes into the picture. Now, Brock, he is a knight of Sumerian. If you remember, I don't know if they ever talked about them in the Evil Dead films. I don't know if they have, but they talked about him in this. So Brock is not alone. Of course, you know, he has a couple of other friends that he has. A couple of other knights that are involved with this. We come to find out that there is a rift. There's like a rift between our world and hell, apparently. That's where the episode Tales from the Rift comes into play. Where in this episode, Ash is contacted by a group of knights, you know, who are trying to investigate this these writings that are on the wall, that are on his down in the basement of his warehouse that he has, of his store, his hardware store. Um, okay, so Ruby. Okay, so we in this episode we come to find out that Ruby kills Kelly. She then uses her body as a vessel for a demon named Kaya, who comes into play in this. I'm just running through these as good as I possibly can, so that way you guys can get an idea. Okay, so in the next episode, Pablo sees the real Kelly in the rift. And then he learns that she's not the real Kelly. You know what I mean? He learns that the person who's in Kelly's body is not the real Kelly. It's this demon named Kaya. All in all, Ruby, who is I guess like a principal at the school or something like that, is trying to get Brandy on her side, and trying to get her to take out Ash. She's trying to use Ash's daughter against him. Twist and shout before we head into the before we go into the next episode. Is basically Ash. As I was talking about, Kelly is in the rift and all that. And, let me see if I can try to get all this. I apologize. I've been up for a while, so I apologize. Okay, so. Okay, so we're gonna go to the to Judgment Day, to episode 9. I said I wasn't gonna go through these, but I wanted to get y'all ideas of what it is, what you know. But anyway, of course, there's a surviving knight after the massacre on the knights, named Zoe, who gets captured by Ruby and the demon Kaya, who is possessing Kelly's body. In Judgment Day, they use her body to try to make a new page for the Necronomicon. This is the episode where Ruby brings the Dark Ones. The Dark Ones go through the rift. And all hell breaks loose in this episode. The Dark Ones have in this episode, they have the Necronomicon, and hell's breaking loose in this. And then we go to the final episode, of course, which is the Medal of Man, which is, military forces are trying to take out this monster, are trying to destroy this demon Kandar. All in all, while Ash and the gang are trying to fend off against the Deadites. I kind of liked how this episode ended, when, of course, Ash sacrifices himself to try to take out take out Kandar, who is the Dark Ones, I guess. And we see Ash wakes up after what went down. He is recovered by the Knights of Samaria. You think they're dead, but they're not. And he wakes up with a brand new hand, a brand new working hand. Ash then meets this woman who tries to explain to him what went down. Um, and then that's the end of the episode. And there was a couple things I liked. There was a couple things I liked about this season. A couple things maybe a smidge that I didn't. I didn't like this is what I don't like. I don't like the fact that this was even the last season to begin with. I'm pretty sure that they could have done more with. They could have done more seasons where we got a chance to find out what went down with what ended up happening to Brandy, what ended up happening to Pablo, what happened to Kelly. Of course, you know they were in that military vehicle at the end of the episode when Ash said his final goodbye. Where the hell did they go to towards the last season, to the last part of the season? But we'll never know because we're not gonna get another season. Period. Because I'm kind of pissed about that, but that's fine. But as far as everything, the episodes are good. All the episodes, from the very first episode to the very last, to the very season finale for this season, was really good, and I enjoyed it a lot. So I gave this season a 10 out of 10. I love this season. This was the season that broke the camel's back, if you think about it, because Ruby got hers in the end. The Dark Ones got taken out by Ash in the end. I think there's still Deadites surrounding the world right now. After what went down with that. But I kind of felt like, though, even though I give it a 10 out of 10, I kind of feel like they could have expanded out more. At least give us 2 more seasons. Jesus, of how it was going to end, of how. Because I would have loved to have seen what went down with the story arc with Brandy, Ash's daughter. I would love to see what went down with her after the events that transpired in the Medal of Man. But let me know in the comments down below exactly what do y'all think about this. That's going to be it for me. I'm going to give you guys another review, another TV review, which will be non-spoilers, by the way. So, yeah, just bear with me. I'm Mr. Green Phone 2, and I'll see you all in the afterlife. Peace.